Yep, I got a puncher, and it was ironically on the Saltney Rock Garden. And while I stand here fixing it, reminds me of the last time I was fixing a puncher, which was at the top of Hole Rake above Coniston. Again, rocks, bit of a different rock garden now. And thinking of Hole Rake makes me think about what trail or where do I want to ride when lockdown's over. What is a favourite trail? It's also making me think about what is the perfect trail, because that can be very different to your favourite trail. So, a favourite trail will be basically, of all the trails you've ridden, the one which stands out and you enjoy riding more than any other. But no trail is perfect. So maybe you think your favourite trail is perfect, but I bet there's still elements you'd change. You might make it slightly longer, may make it slightly steeper, rougher, smoother. You may add a couple more jumps. There's always some way in which you could improve it. And the thing with favourite trail as well is that I would imagine that my favourite trail is also other people's favourite trails. But perfect trail, I can guarantee you that each and every person would have a different idea about what that should be. And not just from different disciplines of riding, like with your cross-country type wanting a challenging climb on there, downhill wanting a really steep descent. But even within those niches, to get it perfect, everybody would want something slightly different. And I've been very lucky over the years. I've got to ride in a lot of different places around England, Wales, in the Alps, in the Sierra Nevadas in Spain, and I've ridden some blinding trails. Some of the ones in Morzine, they're just heaven. Not the official downhill tracks, but even then, there's elements of those tracks that if you had the magical powers to move things about, you would. The awkward little necessary climb to get into the next bit, you'd shift the hill across, take that out. There might be a rooty bit which is just too cut up and rattles you off your bike. On a personal level, you might want to take that out. So if I was to design or choose my perfect trail, and let's set some boundaries here, it's using elements of trails that I have ridden, what would it include? Well, for me, it would have to start on top of a mountain, obviously, and I can't think of a nicer start than that on Whiteless Pike in the Lake District. It's fast, it's loose, it's steep in places, it's just fun. Kind of goes without saying as well that I'd want to go into something a bit more single tracky, quite techy, rocky, still in the mountains, loads of challenges. I just love challenging trails, I really do. But I don't want to go on forever like that. I like to have a bit of a break as well. So, a fast swoopy bit for a while. Still single track, but nothing too taxing, just to get your breath back. Now we are talking perfect trail here, so I want to drop off the mountain and into some steep wooded parts. A bit like, say, the Wrekin, where it's dirt, it's steep, it's rooty, it's challenging, it's fun, drop-offs, maybe even a few stunt ramps, who knows? But there's got to be an element of that in there. Obviously I'm not including any climbs, I mean, I'm not crazy. And then towards the bottom, we're still in the woods really. Let's have a bit more of a wide open, flat out section. Bit like One Giant Leap at Llanfwllyn. Still steep in places, but just fast and fun. And of course, when you're getting knackered towards the end, how about a bit of a challenge? Something really steep, something that really makes you think, something really loose and nasty. This rolling on the cypress stones, for instance. This scares the crap out of you when you come up to it. Great way to finish though. The other thing with a perfect trail, and my perfect trail, is I would want it to be around 3 minutes long. Any less and you feel a bit shortchanged. Any longer and you're getting bloody knackered. You see, we all have this dream of riding endless downhill trails, but the reality is when you do them, a lot of the time you're stopping every now and again for a quick rest, get some feeling back in your arms, etc. Just reset. So 3.5 minutes, bob on. It may also surprise people that I haven't picked elements from trails in the Alps and southern Spain. And the trails out there, they're incredible. Off the top of my head, run of the mill on Supermorzine, blinding. 911 above Malaga, incredible. And there's elements on them which are fantastic. But I think what makes them really good is that in both cases, you're uplifted. You're not having to work your way to the top. Probably a controversial one here, but I think we've got just as good riding in the UK and a lot more varied riding as well. It's just that it's not uplifted. Winter lockdown. Please be over. I don't mean a lockdown, just winter. Where's the mud would just fuck off now. Bored of it. So what would be your perfect trail? What elements would it use? And how would it all fit together? You see, what I'm giving you here is the hand of God. You can lift and shift bits. You can move things around. You can't make something completely new, but elements of different trails you've ridden, you can glue them together. Mine's probably a little bit wishy-washy, but I do love big open mountain stuff. I love technical rock sections, and I love flying through the woods. So that'd be my mix. That'd be what would make up my perfect trail. Not possible really, because from the summit of a mountain you drop a fair old way in the UK until you get to the woods. But let's get imaginative. Let's have a think about it. And yes, the subject of this video is just an excuse to use footage of places that aren't so boring to ride. So, next week, where will we end up riding? Who knows? Bye bye. Look at this. It's like one of your ridiculous how-to videos. I have to fix a puncher. Well, I'm not fixing them, I'm putting a tube in. I think I fixed it all there. People still watch it.